Hello everyone, how are you all? I hope you would be fine. This is Ms. Sidra Kashif from Karachi, Pakistan, representing MSK Linguistics Center, being a moderator, honor, plus EFL and IELTS instructor. As you would know, I have multiple of the educationists from various countries. So today we have a very special guest. She is from Italy. Her name is Ms. Ghazaleh Nazerian. She is one of the qualified TEFL certified instructor. We would like to talk about the topic common English mistakes, challenges, and solution. Whether you are an educationist or a learner, this live stream is going to be really fruitful to all of you if you watch us till the end. So let's get started. Hello, Miss. Warm welcome to you. How are you?
Professor, thank you for having me on your podcast. Hello, everyone. It's nice to be here. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. I'm Ghazaleh Nazerian, teaching programmer, but I've been here in Italy for the last 5 years, and I'm an English teacher. I want to know more about my work. My main target is the teenagers who are getting
Excuse me,
ready for the Cambridge exam,
your voice
and
is
the adults who
distracting.
need to. Sorry,
Your voice is distracting. It's not clear.
I'm sorry.
Voice is distracting. It's not clear.
I have the same issue with you. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's okay right now.
It's clear. Okay, perfect. So as I was saying, I'm currently working with teenagers who are getting ready for the
Hmm.
Cambridge exam and adults who need to learn English for mostly work purposes.
Okay. It's my pleasure to have you today. And really thanks to just manage the time to give us your precious time to discuss about the topic.
You,
Okay,
sorry,
Miss, could you
there's a
please
delay in your
let
voice
us
and I can't
know
hear you
as per
clearly.
your experience that what are some common challenges which are generally faced by most of the students or the enthusiastic learners to speak English as a second language and how to overcome it.
Okay. So yes. So I think the biggest challenge that everyone, all of us,
Hmm.
faces at the beginning is the fear of making a mistake and embarrassing themselves in front of a native speaker or a learner of higher level. It doesn't matter how many times you repeat to your students that it's totally normal to make mistakes, even native speakers make these mistakes. I think the fear of being judged exists in all of us. So the fear does not just go away with that. However, there are ways to manage the fear, to overcome it, and to start finally speaking to unblock yourself. Maybe the best way is to start practicing with yourself. You can do it or in front of the mirror or start recording yourself, your voice, or do mirroring exercises just by the simple act of repeating another person's sentence. So you don't even have to create your own sentence. By repeating someone else the same, you just get used to hearing yourself speaking this new language. Your ear gets used to it. And the fear starts slowly to gradually, not maybe to fade away totally, but it will be more manageable. And many people say that, well, I don't have enough knowledge to start speaking. They think that to start speaking, they need a certain level, which is not true. I always advise these people to start texting people, to start texting other learners or native speakers if you have access to them, which thanks to many sorry learning apps, it is very easy. It's very doable these days. And when your brain reaches the certainty that you are able to handle a conversation at a certain speed, I think slowly you start to believe that okay, I can also handle it in real life, in face-to-face situation. However, as long as you don't start speaking, you will not learn how to do it. So do not rely merely on texting.
Hmm, that's the point. Okay, ma'am, could you please let us know that how do you evaluate your students in their first class, and what are some dynamic implications which should be applied for their goals to be succeed to be fluent English speakers in very short time?
Um, okay, how to evaluate? I think during my first lessons, normally, what there's always the traditional evaluations, like how good they are with the foreign skills, how good the vocabulary and grammar they have. But I think there are also things that are equally important, if not more important than these. For me, it's important to know that my students have this flexibility towards a language. Like they know that learning a language is more than merely translating expressions or words directly from your own language, from your native language, to the target language. The second thing, which is very important to me, is to know to get to make sure that my students are comfortable with me. They are confident to take risks. They are confident to make mistakes, and to know that they are allowed and expected to make a lot of mistakes in my classes. Because that's the only way they're going to learn. If I don't know, I ask a WH question, I ask one of my students what, they answer me with yes, no. This means that they're not confident enough to say out loud that they didn't understand the question, or maybe they don't know the answer, and that is my fault. Another very important thing is that you need to get to know your students before start teaching. You cannot use the same curriculum for every class. You need to know the ability of your students, how they learn, what methods they use, and design your lesson, sorry, based on their abilities, their skills. I'm sorry, I have a sore throat.
Yeah,
Um,
it happens due to the weather.
yes, another important thing. Yes, sorry about that. Yeah, as I was saying, another important thing for me is to see the level of enthusiasm of a student, because most of the time teenagers are forced by their parents to attend the class, or there are adults who know that maybe this class is taking this course is going to help them with English, but they really don't want to do it. If I know how ready they are, how present they are with me in class, it helps me more to design my lessons, to know how much effort I need to make to engage them in the class. If I don't know, if they are there by their own choices and they really know how to study, they already have a decided learning path, that makes it much easier for me. But if not, it's my
Yeah,
responsibility, of course, to engage them in the lesson.
according to my perspective, I give the environment to the students, like especially in their first class. It's all about their interest, their introduction, what they like or dislike, their qualifications. I just observe their ideas by their answers, and I also emphasize on asking that what really they need or require. I ask their ideas as well because it's our first priority. being ESL, EFL, or IELTS trainer. If we talk about especially ESL or EFL. So after judging them, then I just prepare the lesson for them. And not in only one class, in first class, I let them, for few days, I just let them to do mistakes. I gave the proper environment to do mistakes because they could learn by mistakes. When they do mistakes, then after a few days, when I see that now I should make them correct. Now that's the time to make them correct. In that way, I do. If they want only grammar classes, then I just combine these both now to give half time for grammar, half time for speaking. Or if they just want communication skills classes, conversation, then according to that, I just prepare them as per their goals or desire. When they speak after few days, I make them correction that there you are wrong relevant to grammar, and that way it's really fruitful for them. According to my experience, uh, they can be they can be prepared like that. What do you think about it?
Yes, I absolutely agree with you. I think the first lessons are always, yes, I think the first lessons are all about maybe even running a needs analysis, hearing from them what they need to learn. And then I think it's part of your responsibility as their teacher, as their tutor, to know what's the distance, how much distance there is between where they are and where they want to get. And then you need to design this map based on their weaknesses, but based on their strengths, their abilities, what they know, what they don't know, because you don't want to waste their time.
Yeah. Okay, so next, go to the next question. Next question is all about grammar. That is it essential to concern or prioritize grammar when it comes to speaking? Because most of the students, they just run out of grammar. They say that we only need conversation classes. Then what do you say? What's your perspective relevant to this situation? Is grammar essential?
Okay, first of all, I don't think grammar is okay. I don't think grammar is essential for start to speak, but it is essential to learn a language because many people see grammar as a set of rules, this obstacle that hinders them, that keeps them from getting to reaching their language goals, which is not like this. Grammar is a tool. It gives you the equipment to make yourself more clear, to be more precise and more concise when you're using a language. So I think instead of just refusing these tools that are being offered to you freely, maybe it's wiser to use them, to start knowing how to use them. I think once you see the grammar from this point of view, you will know the importance of it. And there are ways to make it easier for yourself. For example, you need to start using your knowledge at the moment you receive it. You should not wait for it. You should not pile it up for later. You say, okay, let me learn this next lesson. Let me go to this next lesson. Once I get to this certain level, then I start using this grammar. Then I start speaking. That is bad idea because you will end up with a pile of information that you don't know which one belongs to where. So start using what you know. Start mastering the things that you have in order to get to the next level. Another problem that I've seen a lot in people learning a language is that mostly they have this problem with their own language. So they don't know, not necessarily the structures, the details of the grammar structure, but they don't know but they don't know how their own native language works. Most of the
Hmm.
times, if you see a person struggling a lot with the basic concepts of grammar, chances are that they have this problem also in their native
Hmm.
language. So if you want to make it easier for yourself to learn a grammar of foreign language, I suggest you to go back to your native language to take a look at the structures and then start comparing these two together. Um, I think the level of grammar that you use depends on where you are. Maybe I don't, if you're looking for a general job, if you're in a rush to find a job, well, that's okay to use a basic grammar. But if you want to go higher and higher, maybe in an academic level, then maybe you're supposed to use the correct grammar. And then I repeat again, no one will judge you for making a mistake, but repeating a mistake deliberately because you just simply don't care to correct it. That's another thing. I think that gives the people the right to judge you.
Yeah. In my opinion, in short, I think both ways are correct. If they neglect grammar or they want to speak or they want to utilize their wording or sentences with the proper grammar and structures, if they speak without grammar, it's good essential in essential part now. So at the beginner level it's okay if they don't use grammar in proper way to get confidence, to just remove their hesitation. After gaining confidence, then they have to work on grammar as well, because how would you elaborate your ideas whether you are talking about past, future, or present, or especially prepositions, right? That's the thing. And it's really essential for academic purpose. If you are learning English for academic purpose, then it's mandatory to learn grammar as well, right?
Yes, again, I agree with you. And yes, as we said in the beginning, I repeat, if you don't need grammar to maybe make yourself understood, but it will help you to, it will ease your way to make yourself understood very much easier and faster. And do not wait for your grammar to reach a certain level. I have students of 8 years old, and they're Italian, and they don't know that I speak Italian. One thing I like about these children is that they don't care about making mistakes. They use every medium they have to make themselves understood. They start drawing, they start playing charades, they do anything to make themselves understood. That is what I want from my adult students, to stop caring
Hmm.
so much about making mistakes, about embarrassing themselves.
Okay, let's move ahead for the next question. It's all about vocabulary. How to memorize or how to utilize different words in sentences, how to speak English by using or utilizing various words to add synonyms, antonyms. It's very difficult to remember it all. Then what is the tip or the short trick in that way we can memorize and utilize it in proper way?
Okay, first of all, I think categorizing words will help you a lot. So if you want to expand your vocabulary, I suggest you to choose one thing at a time, and then go find the vocabulary related to that topic appropriate to your level. This way, you're learning a group of words instead of just one random word, and there's a higher possibility that you will remember it later, and you will use it in the context because you know what the theme is, where it's used. But let's say you find a random word that for any reason you find it interesting or worth knowing. There are also ways for you to memorize it. that one word to be remembered by you. Firstly, see if you know any synonyms of that word, if you know any opposites of that word. Start comparing it, start putting it in contrast with other words where it goes. Try searching similar words, see the difference, small differences between them, which one is used. And another way is that always to use a dictionary, like traditional way, to go hit up in a dictionary to see examples of that word, different forms of it. But these days with the technology, I think it's much easier. You can just Google the word and see thousands, millions of examples of that word in the context. There are also online dictionaries like Merriam-Webster, according to me, is one of the best because it gives you very like many different tools to work with. You can see the history of the word, you can see different collocations, synonyms, everything. And when you do this, you're learning a group of knowledge. You're earning a group of knowledge, information that, let's say, if you forget that one word, there is a chance that you will remember something related, connected to that word that will make you remember it. And the last thing is just read. Read a lot because I believe that that is still might sound traditional, but um, in my opinion, it's still one of the most reliable ways to expand your vocabulary and to practice your already learned vocabulary knowledge. And you're seeing the word in the exact context that is used, and you can have maybe a vision of this word thanks to the book, thanks to the narrative.
Yeah. As per my suggestion, they have to go for the easiest one, which one is really easy for them. After that, they have to find its synonyms. As we know that when we talk about dictionary, when we go to the dictionary to find any word, then it has multiple of the meanings. For example, get. Get means to take something. Get means to understand, or when in various ways that is used. So they should know that how to use and where to use that word in appropriate way. For that, they have to practice a lot.
Yes, I
Are
think
you agree with
the
that?
only way of learning any language is to practice. Yes, sorry to interrupt you. To practice a lot, never stop learning, never stop adding to your knowledge. And yes, find the vocabulary appropriate to your level. Don't shoot too high.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. Let's move to the next question. It's not question. It's all about the tips for zero to hero to be a fluent English speaker in very short time duration. You just have to share some of the tips relevant to it, that how to learn English in accurate ways in very short time.
Okay. Well, that's a tricky question because when we say very short time, many learners might think that we're talking about a period of, I don't know, 4 to 5 months, starting from absolute beginners, getting to, I don't know, C2 level, which is impossible. Your aim should be to find your own pace, to feel comfortable with the language, not to force yourself too much. Do not be too harsh on yourself because that might cause a lot of frustration and confusion in the future. The only way to pace up maybe the speed is to start practicing and to start engaging this language with your everyday life. Do not rely only on the books, 1 or 2 hours of the lesson during the week, because no teacher, no book, no lesson can do a miracle in 2 hours a week. So start by blending this new language in every aspect of your life. I say, I don't know, if you're using your phone, if you're searching something, do it in that target language. If it's really important to you, if you really need to learn it in a short time, then start practicing it more and more.
I couldn't
I
agree
think that's
more.
the only way that you will. Yes, start using it. Start using what you know. Never stop learning. Be curious, because um, it happens many times that we're just, I don't know, we just give up. We say that, okay, I have my study time. I study this language 2 hours per day. That's good. That can do miracles. But the important thing is that you have it in your mind during the day. When you see a
Hmm.
recipe, when you see ingredients on the back of an ingredient, a product, be curious about the language. Be curious. Be passionate about the language.
Hmm. That's the point. Which should be focused.
Sorry, I
Okay,
didn't
ma'am.
understand you.
That's the point which should be adopted or focused by every learner.
I'm sorry, lost your voice totally.
I'm saying I couldn't agree more.
I can't hear you.
I couldn't agree more with your tips or ideas, the experience you have shared with us.
Thank you so much for
I
having me. I
agree
finally
with
heard you.
that.
Um, yes, it has been a pleasure to be with you today. Thank you for sharing this time with me and this platform. I'm looking forward to seeing hearing more of you,
It's been really great time with
and to
you.
collaborate.
Really thanks once again for joining me.
Thank you. Thank you again.
Okay, viewers, I hope this session has been really fruitful to all of you. Inshallah, we'll see you next time with another corner educationalist. Okay, Allah Hafiz, everyone. Okay, bye.
Goodbye. Have a good evening.